Jamie, thanks for waiting. Hi.
Hi, Michael.
Hi.
First of all, to the gentleman who suggested that Carol Taylor has no backbone, they need to understand the architecture of power. I saw her speak at a Bill Clinton event about a month ago. She is a shark. She would destroy Carol James in an election.
I have a feeling you may be right.
But no reasonably intelligent person can realistically accept that her opposition to the HST is genuine when her entire personal and professional career is spent working for corporations and institutions are in favor of the tax. So if people are going to flock to her as a way to supposedly get out of this tax that they hate, they need to get rid of that fairy tale.
She hasn't said that she thinks the government should scrap the HST. She was very careful about what she said, right?
That's because we're not going to scrap it.
That's right. She just said that she had been against it in the past.
Of course. What we do is focus our anger on the current leader so that when it's time to get rid of him or he steps down, we get so relieved that that guy's finally gone, we lower our defenses, and so the new person can come in, and we haven't done anything to address how these policies and taxes are brought to us in the first place. Gordon Campbell didn't write the HST. Was it his idea? So thinking by getting rid of him we're making some sort of change.
You're saying it was Colin Hansen's idea?
No, it's not Colin Hansen's idea. That's why it comes in different provinces. The NDP brought it in Newfoundland.
Yeah, it's the federal government.
It's not the federal government, Michael.
Who is it?
It's the policies and institutions who write these taxes and hand them down to our governments for implementation.
Jamie, thanks for a good call. Let's go to Ed. We'll try to squeeze this one in. Ed, you got to go quick.
I'm glad it's just a squeeze in this time because that last gentleman knows what he's talking about.
HST, for instance, here in British Columbia, it was a Liberal government that brought it in. But they said that, they were requested to bring it in by the Conservatives. So the federal Liberals criticized the Conservatives for the HST. They call it the Harper sales tax. But the Liberals bring it in Ontario. And the Democrats bring it in Newfoundland. Whichever party you have, they all bring it in.
It's a grand sounding name, the Truth Party. What's the idea? What's the philosophy behind it?
Well, the philosophy is that there's no reason why our politicians and our political leaders can't tell us the truth all the time about everything, and have the media also investigate thoroughly all the truth whenever the politicians are keeping something from us, and then letting the people decide what actions to take, whether their perspective is left or right. And of course I'm going to get into these divisions, which aren't really divisions. Most of us are just in the middle, but we're sort of divided into different groups, just to keep us sort of arguing amongst ourselves instead of tackling some of these issues head on.
We have been lied to, so it's time to do something about it. This is the best thing I can think of. Giving people a chance to have a party that, before they vote for them, can have everything in writing that ensures that they can never be deceived again, and that there's instant consequence for the moment it happens.
The people know that something's wrong, and they know that they're not being told the whole truth, but they're not sure what to do about it.
Instead of just being another entity that's going to lie to you or change their minds once they get in power, we're going to give you insurance for the day that a party member lies, either on the campaign trail or once in office. They will have pre-signed mandatory letters of resignation. In the event that they're caught in a lie, they are gone. One lie and you're out. That is not an unreasonable request.
On your subject today, I have no problem seeing another scenario playing out where the conditions are right now for a third middle-of-the-road party, and who's going to vote for any party the way we are now? It's been like that for years. A third middle-of-the-road party. So if you put a new party into play right now, that is nothing like what we have going on right now. people will cross the floor in both sides to join it. They're waiting for something like that. And the BC public is waiting for that. I certainly am. There's nothing to vote for. Who we got to vote for? In any way we got. Put in a new party with some very distinctive leaders.
Ivan, I'm skeptical about that one. I think, you want a new party because you're fed up with the old parties. I'll make my pitch here for changing the electoral system, because the problem isn't, the reason, you're not going to get a political party that just tells you the truth in a way that none of these guys do now.
I'm not coming for the right or the left. This is coming dead center. We're just people. Most of us are in the middle anyway. All these arguments and division, or you're left wing or you're right wing. People ask me, I said I'm going to start, this party, come into politics. They said, well, what are you? You're left wing or you're right wing? You're a socialist, conservative, a communist, a libertarian, green, a tree hugger? No, I'm a freedom hugger. And I ain't letting go. And all the questions everyone asked me when I said I'm coming in, not one person said, are you honest?
Jamie, hi.
Hi, Christy.
Hi.
Of course, you said earlier that you don't think a politician could come in and just tell the truth in a way it's never been told, and that would make a difference. That's exactly what I'm going to do, and I'm going to be the premier in 2013.
In 2013, Jamie, how are you going to do this?
Whether or not we form a new, it would be a fourth political party, being the Truth Party, or I come to be the leader of one of these existing parties and actually turn it liberal, if that is the word, or genuinely be conservative and mean what you say when you're against the HST and they're not. Or if you represent the NDP and do something for the unions instead of just taking their votes automatically and doing nothing for them. The leader has to be honest at all times, and then it doesn't matter which party he represents. As long as he comes in, does an honest house cleaning of that party, and is honest with the people. Regardless of how uncomfortable it is, or how much I'm smeared, we're going to tell the truth. And you are going to have a premier that is not fringe, not out to lunch, not a communist, but a realist. And we all need to sit down and discuss. We don't have town halls with any of our politicians and leaders. We should have this every week. I'd host it somewhere and have 2 mics and have everybody just talking with each other. We don't discuss these things other than on a single radio show, and thank God you have this. But other than the station, who's even talking politics in this city?
Jamie, thanks for that. We'll watch for your name on the ballot.
And to come in and promise huge house cleaning, I would consider voting for one of them.
You want a savior to come in that you could put your faith in, right?
Absolutely. The current Liberal Party has lost so much integrity. It's just not to be believed anymore.
And I'd like to see that the last caller, I think his name was
Jamie,
come in and be as honest and forthright as he has, because he's going to need one heck of a spin doctor to do it.
Your mandate when you get elected is to do the things that you said you're going to do, and that's pretty much it. You can't get elected and then say, well, you chose me, now you're stuck with me for 4 years and I get to do whatever the hell I want. That's how they're doing things now.
A politician makes a statement of what he's going to do once he gets in power. That is his mandate, and that is what he's able to do. Anything beyond that, say bringing in the creation of an HST or something, that would have to go to the polls, because we didn't put him in power to do that. We put him in power to do what he said he was going to do, and nothing else.
No matter how much you protest the HST, you're going to pay that tax. You have no say. Where are you from? I got 2 bikes. Oh, is that right? Yeah. How are you? Good, sir. How are you? Alone, and but we gotta try. I see what's going on. I gotta do